Hi everyone, I just want to give you a quick rundown of what you can do with Caustic for Android. So when you start up the app, you'll see a rack containing machines. You can scroll between machines using the sidebar here and just grab that and scroll around. There's 6 machines in all. I'm just going to go quickly by them, but you get 6 machines plus a mixer and a sequencer to put it all together. So let's start with the beatbox here. Now the beatbox is the rhythm section. It has 8 channels. You can load different instruments, 4 pattern banks and 12 patterns per bank. I'm just going to load up a kit here. There's a couple that come with a demo, but I'm just going to pick a 909 here. You can see the different instruments loaded, and you can hear them by hitting the preview buttons, just to give you an idea of the sounds you're going to be getting with your kit. Now it's a pattern-based machine, so we'll make sure we're in pattern mode and we'll hit play. That'll give us a preview. Now you can just drop notes by clicking down on the grid. You can click again on a note to get an accented note that makes it a little bit louder. You can also click again to remove the note. So I'm going to set up a little simple beat here. And that should get us started. So we'll leave that there and we'll leave that running, and we'll go to one of the baseline machines up top. So the baseline machine is another pattern machine. It's got 16 steps which we can program with different notes. So you select a step. It's got pattern banks as well, and different 12 patterns per bank. So we'll just set it up here and we'll place a note down on this step, and you can hear that when it plays. We'll just set up a little melody here using different notes. I'll place the same note here, and this one I'll pitch up 1 octave. This one I'll modify by putting a slide on it and get a nice rubbery sound. And I'll fill in the remaining steps I want to do here with a few more notes. There we go. So once you've got that set up, you can play around with the knobs, see what they do. Feel free to play around, get a feel for what everything does. This is a fairly standard machine in electronic music, but you know, play around with the knobs and see how it sounds like. While I've got this running, just a quick look at the mixer. You can see the 2 tracks running, the beatbox and the bass line. You can hit the solo button if you just want to hear one instrument playing. Switch between them. I'm going to put a delay on this, so you get 1 delay and 1 reverb for your entire rack. And I'm just going to put a little bit of delay on this, change the settings on it. I'll show you what the reverb does. So that's exaggerated, but just to give you a quick idea what it does. Now, the other thing I'm going to put in is an insert effect here. You get a couple to choose from, you can try them out, but for now I'm just going to put an overdrive. That gives it a nice edgy sound. And we'll leave that running. Now bring it all back and it sounds a little bit closer to a track. Alright, so let's fill in a bit of rhythm section here with this second baseline unit. So just quickly program a very simple pattern, just using the same note but just placing it on specific steps. Tune the whole thing down. Make sure it sounds nice and bassy. So just have a quick listen to that one, and I'll add some delay on that one too, just so it fits in. There we go. Now we've got all 3 pattern machines going with their respective patterns. So So the PCM synth now, these just basically load up a WAV file and play them based on the keyboard note. I'm just going to choose a WAV file that comes with the kit here. See how that works. And you can drop your own WAV files in here as well. The subsynth is probably the most impressive and complicated one. There's plenty you can do. Feel free to play around with the knobs and see what everything does. So the demo comes loaded with presets, so we're just going to choose a preset here. I'm looking for something smooth, so I'll pick up this jazz organ here, which has a nice smooth sound. Octave up, and just get a preview of that. So I'm going to go down now to the sequencer, and I'm going to put it all together. So the first thing I want to do is switch over to song mode now, so we'll stop that and switch over to song. And I'll set up a small 2-bar loop setup. So this isn't really obvious, but to set up a loop you click and drag at the bottom timeline bar here, and that orange bar will show where your loop is. So now we've got a loop running. I can scroll around on the keyboard, and I'll drop a few notes down for the subsynth. So I've got my chord going on the first bar, and I'll set a slight variation up on the second bar. So there we go, now we've got that running. Now there's nothing else running because we haven't set anything else up. We'll just skip over to the pattern instruments, and you'll see a pattern grid here. We'll select A1, that was our first pattern we created in the bass line.